Hi, welcome to China Currents. I'm Chris. Summer is here and the rain is pouring down. Last Sunday, the municipality of Chongqing in southwest China activated a level 4 flood prevention alert after a round of torrential rains hit the region on Saturday. 24 districts and counties in Chongqing had experienced heavy rainfall. As of July 3rd, a total of 189 rivers had exceeded the warning level. On July 4th, Wanzhou, Chongqing's largest district with a population of 1.8 million, issued a red alert and halted mass gatherings, classes, and businesses. Due to the continuous heavy rain, the railway department closed the line between Wanzhou Station and Qiyue Mountain Station for safety inspection. According to China Railway, staff soon discovered that part of the railway bridge had been damaged by flooding, causing it to partially collapse. Footage on social media showed a bridge in the middle of the bridge, with water gushing through and flooding areas downstream. Some nearby houses collapsed under the pressure. Scenes of rescue boats evacuating people in heavy rain were captured by netizens. On July 5th, Chinese President Xi Jinping urged authorities at all levels to give top priority to ensuring people's safety and property and to strive to minimize losses. Following his remark, the Changjiang Water Resources Commission announced plans to optimize flood control in reservoirs, including Three Gorges Dam, the Jinta River Dams, and Danjiangkou Dam, to stop flooding and reduce flood control pressure downstream. Floods and heavy rain are common during summer days in China, the only difference being their severity. The last major flood happened in 2021 when the central province of Henan suffered from extremely heavy rainfall, resulted in 398 deaths. This year, the southern provinces such as Zhejiang and Shanghai have already suffered from heavy rains in mid-June. Since meteorologists have warned us that El Niño will occur this year, we will probably see more news about floods in the next 2 months. So next up, we have interesting news from Chinese social media. As we all know, Twitter's boss, Elon Musk, has a very, fickle personality. We have seen all sorts of bizarre reactions after purchasing Twitter, but no Chinese netizens has ever imagined that one day his policy in Twitter would have impact on Chinese social media Weibo in a good way. So on July 1st, Elon Musk announced a temporary limit on Twitter. According to the new policy, Twitter users can only read 800 posts per day if their accounts are not verified, and if they are willing to pay, that number can be doubled. According to this statement, the limitation is due to concerns over data scraping, which affects the real user experience. As we can imagine, the said policy met with criticism as soon as it was announced. Besides regular internet surfers, the new policy has also seriously impacted the artists on Twitter, whose income are connected with the amount of exposure that social media platforms offer. As a result, many Japanese anime illustrators were forced to move to other social media platforms due to the lack of exposure. And for some reasons, they found Weibo. Starting in early July, netizens on Weibo found out a bunch of new accounts with IPs located in Japan, posting illustrations with Chinese captions that were clearly translated by AI. At first, netizens just thought they were bots, but after talking with the artists, people started to understand the reason. Many illustrators soon accumulated thousands of followers in a very short period of time. Some Chinese netizens thus commented, "CEO of Weibo must be the one who benefits the most from Twitter's reform." They also joked that Musk's effort was 10 times more effective than Weibo's top executives in terms of pushing Weibo to the international market. So next up, a piece of news about politics in arts. On July 3rd, Vietnam's cinema department announced that they were about to ban the Warner Brothers' upcoming Barbie film. The reason was because the scene featuring a map that showed the China's 9-dash line in the South China Sea, which the department considered as offensive and having violated its sovereignty. We have that scene for you. Here's a comparison of the 9-dash line on actual map. Well, I would say the one in Barbie, if it's really a map, it's really abstract. I'm not the only one. Many Chinese netizens on social media are also surprised that Vietnamese could recognize the 9-dash line on the twisted map in the film. They joke that no one had ever imagined that American movie companies are potential advocates of Chinese sovereignty. In recent years, Vietnam has made frequent moves contesting its claim in South China Sea. For instance, in 2019, DreamWorks' animation film Abominable was banned by Vietnamese authority after having been released for just 10 days. Last year, Sony Pictures' film Uncharted, starred by Tom Holland, was banned for 1 week before releasing. Local authority claimed that both films contained the illegal image of China's Nine-Dash Line in South China Sea. Next up, on July 3rd, the Hong Kong police obtained court approval for arrest warrants of 8 individuals for allegedly violating the national security law in Hong Kong. The police department offered a reward of 1 million Hong Kong dollars for each of the wanted persons. The Hong Kong police said that the 8 men were wanted for colluding with foreign forces and inciting secession. Hong Kong's chief executive John Lee urged the 8 fugitives to turn themselves in, adding that the court may lighten the penalty if the defendants surrender voluntarily and give truthful confession and reveal the crimes of others. Later that day, the US, UK, and Australia, countries of which the 8 fugitives currently reside, condemned the Hong Kong authorities for offering bounties linked to pro-separatism activists based abroad. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning addressed those claims at a daily news briefing, said that Hong Kong affairs are purely China's internal affairs. Relevant countries need to respect Chinese sovereignty and the rule of law in Hong Kong and stop providing a safe haven for fugitives. Chinese netizens are once again taken aback by the West's double standards. Netizens argued, what exactly are the differences between the rioters in Hong Kong and those who attacked Capitol Hill? None. Still, in the eyes of the US, the rioters who broke into Capitol Hill were criminals breaking the law, while those arsonists, thugs, and terrorists in Hong Kong were democracy activists. Well, as I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Next up, Sam's Club has just opened a new flagship store in Shenzhen. As all new stores do, it launched a limited giant cup noodles to celebrate. The cup noodle has an exaggerated shape up to 45 cm and priced at 168 yuan. Once it was put up, the cup noodle met with popular demand. It was soon sold out, and its price on secondary market reached as high as 500 yuan, 3 times the original price. Unlike the enthusiastic buyers, many netizens on social media are not so pleased about the giant cup noodle. Some netizens criticized Sam's Club for deliberately prompting hunger marketing. Others were shocked that people would pay that much for a giant cup that's doomed to be disposed of in a few weeks. What are they going to do with the cup? Put it in the living room next to the TV? What an example of impulse buying. Interestingly, as Sam's Club expanded its business in mainland China, its parent company, Walmart, in contrast, is closing down. If we search on Google, we'll find that Walmart has been closing stores since 2021. They have already closed its first Chinese supermarket on the occasion of the 25th anniversary of the company's entering the market. The rise of high-end warehouse stores such as Sam's Club and Costco and the decline of Walmart and Carrefour reflects the shift in Chinese customer shopping habits. People are now more interested in high quality, not low price, a result of China's fast growth in the past decade. And next up, on July 4th, Iran gained permanent membership in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization at the 23rd summit of the organization. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who hosted the virtual summit, expressed its happiness and extended its best wishes to Tehran on accession to the SCO family. In response, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi expressed his hope that Iran's admission will create a platform for achieving collective security, sustainable development, and unity among member countries, calling the SCO a symbol of this great family of civilizations that can establish new horizons of regional convergence and security-building cooperation. On social media, Chinese netizens are surprised that diplomatic strategy that had been planned for years has finally achieved some results, and celebrate for China-Russia-Iran Big Three moment. Considering Secretary of State Antony Blinken's recent comments on China, some Chinese netizens imitate his words and said, when it comes to US, we're going to do and say things that they don't like. Next up, a case about cats. On July 30th, a court in Shanghai held a hearing over a case of production and sale of counterfeit products. The defendant, who was sentenced for 15 years in prison and fined 40 million yuan. What he sold was a homemade feline drug. Started in 2019, who cooperated with the pharmaceutical company to add a compound called GS441524 to an existing veterinary drug. GS441524 was proved to be miraculously effective for feline infectious peritonitis. However, the compound is a patented drug made by Gilead, which does not intend to produce for marketing. Therefore, Hu's drug is a counterfeit drug by legal terms. He was arrested in 2021. The case led to a discussion on Chinese internet. Cat lovers believed that Hu bought hope for the life of their cats and the sentence was too heavy. Others believed that Hu stole the patent and got a huge profit. A drug costing only 20 yuan was sold for over 1,000 yuan. This penalty was not heavy at all for a case of total sale amount of 80 million yuan. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching this episode of China Currents. If you have any thoughts and comments on our show, please contact us at the email address below. I'm Chris, looking forward to hearing from you.